Hey out there and welcome. I'm Kate, and this is going to be a recovery practice for you today. Slow, gentle, for those days when you need to take a break, when you're recovering from a hard workout, a hard day at work, or anything at all when you feel that you need to just slow it down and stretch it out. So any props that you can grab would be helpful. A couple of blocks, a strap, or something that resembles those things, a couple of blankets, or maybe a pillow or two that we're gonna lay on. Find a quiet spot, do your best to gather those props, and I'll see you in a few. Okay, so we're gonna start on our backs. So if you've got your blankets or pillows, you're gonna take them long ways. So I'm gonna fold my blankets a little differently, big old rectangle, and then I'm gonna do that burrito fold. So we've got it folded into thirds, but it's like a flat roll. And the reason I say a flat roll is so then you can kind of relax on it without having to worry about rolling from side to side. So you're gonna take those puppies, stack them up, and lay down. If you don't have anything that resembles this, you can just lay down. It's not gonna be too crazy. You're gonna grab your strap and just have it at the ready, okay? Here we go. I'm not coming up, guys. This is it. This is where we're gonna stay. So once you get yourself situated, if you feel like this is a lot on your low back, you can come down onto one blanket. You can bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet together, or bring the knees together, and just relax here. Whatever gets you comfortable. Arms out to the sides, palms facing the ceiling. Let your eyes slide closed. And just breathe here. And feel your breath start to smooth out any rough spots in your body. Give yourself permission to soften. And relax while you're here. And simply breathe. If it feels comfortable after a few rounds, you can start to deepen your breath. Take another breath in. And exhale through your mouth. Breathing in. And out through your mouth. One more. And start to flex your feet. Push some energy through your heels. You're going to start to draw your low belly in, right? Feel your lower ribs start to pull gently toward your belly button, and take your arms up, and you're just going to stretch them straight back behind you. Reach through your feet. Core still active here. Feel your fingertips stretch back behind you, palms facing each other. Let your thumbs start to drop toward the floor. Inhale, and when you exhale, flip your palms toward the ceiling and come out and around. Big old yoga snow angel. Inhale, come on up. Reach back. Exhale, out and around. One more. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, out and around. Let your arms rest by your sides. Walk your feet in. And from here, you're just gonna roll to one side. And take your blankets, if you can, and you're gonna slide them out from underneath you and move them to the side. All right, and ideally they stay in a stack, but of course, mine did not. So we're gonna take this stack with the knees bent, press into your feet, lift your hips. And as elegantly as you can, you're going to take the stacked blankets and start to rest them underneath your hips and your pelvis. And breathe here. And again, you just want to let yourself kind of soften into the blankets, right? So you can feel the weight of your hips drop down, can feel your shoulders settle into the floor, and the backs of your arms, and even maybe the backs of your hands. And we're going to take a couple of breaths here. Encourage the muscles in your low back to soften. And breathe. All right, and now from here, you're going to pull your right knee into your chest. Take it into both hands. So you're going to actively draw that knee in and then stretch your left leg out straight. Push into your heel. Oh. And imagine this whole, I mean, you don't have to imagine it, you can probably feel it, this whole left thigh lengthening out of the front of your hip. Take another breath while you're there. And then release your right foot to the mat. You're going to slide your left knee in. Same thing, hook it into your hands, pull actively, and then push out through your heel. And breathe. The idea here is to just make some space through this hip flexor. Keep pushing that right heel forward and down, and feel this right thigh lengthen out of the front of your hip. Yes. Okay. And then the left foot to the floor. You're going to pull the right knee into your chest again. And while we're still up on these blankets, you're going to take the strap over the ball of your right foot and kick it up. You're going to keep your left knee bent for a moment and just give yourself enough strap so your arms can be straight, the leg can work towards straight, and the arm bones aren't lifted off the floor but relaxed down. So here we are in stage 1 of this exercise here. You can stay right here the whole time. Just feel the back of your leg lengthen up through your heel. If you want to kick it up a notch or 7, you can straighten that left leg. And breathe here. Inhale. And when you exhale, you're going to bend that right knee, take the strap off your foot, right foot to the mat, left knee into your chest. We switch sides. Take the strap over the ball of your left foot, and then stretch it up. Same deal, relax your shoulders, arms nice and straight, push some energy up through your heel. And if you're ready for some more juice, if you want to take it, you can extend that right leg out. Flex your foot and keep pushing your heel forward and down. And breathe. So the idea here is that we're recovering, right? So you may feel a little more tight than normal, a little more sore than normal. So just listen to what you need and don't do what you don't. How's that sound? Another breath here. And then you're going to draw the knee in. We can get rid of the strap here. Place your left foot on the mat. Right foot's going to come next to it. Take another moment while you're here in this supported sleepy bridge. And then push into your feet, lift your hips, and we're going to slide this guy out. And then slowly just roll down onto your back. Take your arms out to the sides and walk your feet wide. And let both knees drop over to the right. If you want to spin your head to the left, get your neck involved a little bit here. Inhale, come up through the middle, and when you exhale, let your knees fall to the other side and spin your head to the right. And when you inhale, come back up through the middle. One more time, knees over to the right. This time you're going to take your right ankle on top of your left thigh, as long as it doesn't pull at your inner knee or jam up your back here. And then your left arm is going to come right alongside your ear. And take a breath or two here, starting to lengthen out through the side here. Gets all gummed up, right? We're going to keep your ankle right where it is. Come on up through the middle. And then legs are gonna stay in this figure 4. Drop everything over to the left until you're standing on the right foot. Left hand on the top of your right foot. Encourage this knee away. You can even use your left hand if you want to your inner thigh. Then you're gonna spin your torso and your head to the right. That's it, just making some space. It's the name of the game today. Come back up through the middle with the legs. And you're gonna draw this right knee in, take it out to the side, and then find a half happy baby. And let the top of your thigh melt down toward your outer ribs there. Left foot can stay on the mat, or you can stretch it out. It's up to you. Take a breath in. And then exhale the right knee into your chest and place it to the outer edge of the mat. Bend your left knee, bring your foot in, and then we're gonna drop everything over to the left side. And once we get there, take your left ankle on top of your right thigh. And take your right arm up and stretch it alongside your ear. That's it, legs stay crossed, come back up through the middle. I'm gonna drop this foot over to the right. And you can take your right hand onto the top of the foot if you want and just work the leg away, or you can take your right hand to your inner thigh and press that away. And then you're just gonna spin a little bit more to the left. Look to your left hand and breathe. That's it. Come back up through the middle and hug the left knee in, take it wide, and find a half happy baby on this side. Draw that knee in. When you're ready, you can stretch your right leg out. If you want to stretch that right leg out, soften your left shoulder and breathe. Go ahead. One more breath here. And then release that. You're gonna draw your left knee into your chest, bring your right knee next to it, and start to make some circles on your low back. All right, so we're gonna work a little bit of core. Nothing crazy, but just a little bit. So you're gonna take your hands behind your knees here. All right, we're gonna start to roll forward and back. Forward with as much control as you can, and back. Forward, and back. One more. Oh, and once you come upright, you're gonna hug the left leg in, right foot in front. So the right shin's crossed. Inhale, lengthen up. When you exhale, come out and over the legs. This time you're going outside. Come on. Come on. Okay. One more breath here. Memphis can't decide where he wants to be, I'm sorry. All right, and then you're gonna slide your hands underneath you, come on up again. Lean your weight back into your sitting bones. Grab the backs of your thighs. And we're gonna hold on as you lift your chest, find your boat. So we're gonna roll back and forth again. This time we're gonna try to stick boat each time, right? So roll it back, come on up, try to stick your boat. Roll back, come on up, try to stick your boat. Last one, roll back. Come on up, try to stick your boat. This time, right leg comes in, left shin in front. Lengthen up and fold out and over. Soften your shoulders, check out your head and your neck. And then when you inhale, you're gonna slide your hands underneath you, come on up. Take your right hand behind you, left hand to your right knee, sit tall, and spin to the right. Come back through the middle, left hand behind, right hand across to that left knee. And we're gonna spin to the left. Okay, and then back through the middle. From here, you're just gonna kind of shift yourself to one side and come on into table. And once you hit table, a couple of rounds of cat and cow, you know the good stuff. And if there's any other way you need to move, you need a side to side, if you need some lateral stretching, that works too. One more inhale, arch your back. Exhale and round. And then from here, you're gonna come back to your neutral spine. Take the backs of your elbows down to the mat. Palms can press, you can interlace your fingers. I like to bring my elbows slightly closer than shoulder distance, but kind of play with the distance that you feel is comfortable to you. You're gonna let the arm bones pull back into the sockets and then pull your hips back. Just start to soften your chest toward the floor. You can relax your forehead down or keep your gaze at your mat. Press into your elbows. Come on back up. Find your table. We're going to take this right leg, sweep it back behind you. And then right knee in toward your right tricep. Just give it a little squeeze. And then we're going to let that inner thigh drop toward the left. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, come out toward the tricep and around. Let it drop. One more time. Inhale it back. Exhale, bring it out. Around, let it drop. Inhale, kick it back. This time when you exhale, we're going to bring that knee out and around and just step your right foot forward. Here's where blocks may be a good idea if you're feeling tight. Let your hips sink down. Shoulders relax away from your ears. You can rock a little bit side to side. And you're just going to slide your blocks and your hands back towards you. Shift your hips back. And then we're on the inside of this leg. We're going to come into like a half Ardha or an Ardha Hanumanasana, but just wide. And then rock it forward again. And you can keep your left hand on the floor or on the block. We're going to bend that left knee and reach around with your right hand. You can use a strap here to lasso if you need. Roll your right shoulder open. Breathe here. Inhale. When you exhale, release. Hands back down. Step it back through table. And then you're going to take your blocks, if you've got them, and bring them onto their shortest setting, and the noses come together. The noses, I don't know why I call them noses, but they're the noses of the block. Okay? And then same shoulder stretch we did before. Hips over those knees. Bring the backs of your elbows to the blocks this time. Press your palms together, interlace your fingers. You can bring the hands into temple. Arm bones plug into those shoulder sockets, and then start to sink your chest down. Engage through your abdominals here and press down through the tops of your feet. And elbows press down. Come on, back up. Find your table. And if you want to grab the blocks, you can use the blocks or you can move them to the side. We're going to take the left leg, kick it straight back behind you. Inhale. When you exhale, drag that knee into your tricep. And then let it drop down toward the right thigh. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, out and around and down. One more big old circle back. And then out and around and down. Kick it back behind you. And then bring it out to the side and step it to the outside of your left hand. You can grab the blocks. They feel like a good idea today. Drop through your hips. Lift into your chest. A lizard pose here. You can always, if you want, lower down. It's up to you. One more breath. You're gonna walk your hands in, slide your hips back, and just work to straighten this leg. Toes draw back toward your shin, all that good stuff. And then rock yourself forward again. Keep your right hand on the block or on the floor, and now we're gonna bend that right knee and reach around with the left hand. You can use a strap if you need it. Work into that quad on this right side. Hello, thighs. And breathe. And then slowly release the foot. Gonna get rid of these blocks. Step it back through table, and then a downward facing dog. Spread your fingers, tuck your toes, pull your hips up, and just stretch back. Feel where you can push your hands forward and down, but still drag your hips up and back. Yes. And now you're going to take your right foot, step it forward slightly, like an inch or two. Open the toes out to the right. Press down through the outer edge of that right foot. Work to straighten your right leg. Bend your left knee. Push into your hands and drag your hips back. And then switch. Right foot goes back. Left foot comes forward. Open those toes. Work to straighten that leg. Soften your right knee, but keep pushing your hips up and back. And then back through downward facing dog. Inhale. When you exhale, lower your knees to the floor. Gonna come onto your forearms. Interlace your fingers. All right. Drop your chest down. Arms plug in. Here we go. Tuck your toes and lift your knees. Find a little dolphin pose. And you can keep your knees bent. It's more about the shoulders and the upper back than it is about your legs. But if you're feeling saucy, I suppose you can make it about both. Press your forearms into the mat. Feel your outer shoulders hug in. Take a breath here. Then you're going to gaze forward. Shoulders over your elbows. Walk your feet back. Find a plank. Full breath. And then lower all the way down. Untuck your toes. Sweep your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers here. If interlacing your fingers behind your back does not feel good, you can grab your strap and just bring the strap here. Right? Roll those shoulders back. Gonna stretch your knuckles back behind you. Lift up. Inhale. Exhale, release. You can get rid of the strap. Staying on your stomach, take your right arm straight out to the side, right out from your shoulder there. Left hand underneath. We're just gonna roll over to the right. And you can keep your legs stacked if you want, or you can take this left foot, step it back behind you. Breathe. And then restack your legs, roll onto your stomach, left arm out to the side. Same deal, spread your fingers, and then we're gonna roll onto the left side. You can keep your legs stacked. You can take this right foot and step it back. Take another breath. And then stack and roll onto your stomach. One more time. Right arm out. This time you're going to bend the elbow 90 degrees. Walk your hands slightly forward so your elbow's higher than your shoulder. And we're going to do it again. Ooh, we're going to roll to the right. This time maybe this left leg just kind of hangs in the ether here. I like to bend my right knee in a little. It helps me balance since I can't counter all the way back with that left foot. Try to relax. If this ends up being too much, find a place where you can kind of rewind and maybe make it so it's not excruciating, because that's not really what we're looking for. And stretch those legs out, roll onto your stomach. Left arm is gonna come 90 degrees. Walk that left hand forward so your elbow's slightly higher, right? And we're gonna roll to the left. And maybe this side's a little bit different, maybe not much. Same idea, let your head relax. Try to breathe. If you need to rewind because it's too intense, find a place where you don't wanna, where you don't feel like you're gonna pop your arm out of the socket. That's key. And then roll back onto your stomach. Give yourself a second, make a pillow with your hands. Bend your knees, windshield wiper your legs. And from here, you're gonna slide your hands underneath you. Come on up through table. And press yourself back into a child's pose. If child's pose is really uncomfortable, you can stay upright, find a comfortable seat, sit on a blanket or a block. If child's pose isn't too much, I'm gonna take a couple of breaths here. You can grab a block underneath your forehead, stack your palms, or even stack your fists. Close your eyes and just breathe. Okay, and then slowly, I'm gonna come on up and find a comfortable seat. If you have time and you really want a Shavasana, you can absolutely lay yourself out, relax for a few breaths or a few minutes. But I'm gonna stop here. Feel your shoulders soften down, the crown of your head rise up. Bring your palms together into prayer and bow your head. And take a moment to honor your body and your breath, especially on these days when you feel like you just need to slow down and your body needs some time to recover from all that you've put it through. So I thank you for practicing with me. I look forward to practicing with you again soon. Drop a comment below, let me know what you think. Let me know what kind of workouts you do, what kind of recovery you like to do. I love hearing about it. Subscribe if you haven't yet. You know that's one of my favorite things on the planet. And check out some of my other videos. There's some faster pace and some gentler paces. Have a great day. Namaste.